Good afternoon. My name is Mila Maestat. I work with the Medicines Patent Pool, and today I will be talking about access to generic medicines for treating HIV and viral hepatitis C in Central and Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Access to medicines has been of increasing importance for the last decade. However, the global public health crisis caused recently by the COVID-19 has brought even more focus on access to health products in all disease areas, including in HIV and viral hepatitis. Let us have a look at some global processes in HIV that have been taking place recently. The new global HIV/AIDS strategy for 2021-2026, which was adopted in March of the current year, and another example is the UN Political Declaration on HIV/AIDS, adopted by the UN General Assembly in June 2021, both highlight access to medicines and health products as one of the strategic priorities for member states and other stakeholders to work on. In terms of viral hepatitis C, many of us contributed to developing the new global health sector strategy on HIV, viral hepatitis, and STI for the next 5 years. Access to essential products for treating hepatitis C, but also HIV and STI, was the center of the discussions of the Strategic and Technical Advisory Committee as well. It might be worth mentioning that access to medicines is a multidimensional challenge, and it includes such aspects as availability, meaning that essential medicines recommended by the World Health Organization should be available for people in need everywhere. Acceptability and adaptability, which is about patients' preferences and adapting treatments to patient needs, for example, pediatric formulations and fixed dose combinations. Affordability, no need to say that essential treatments should be affordable to countries to provide with them all people in need. And finally, quality, meaning that all treatments should be quality assured. And here is the question: why do we need generic medicines? And the answer is very simple. Low and middle income countries cannot afford procuring medicines at originator's price for all people in need. And access to generic medicines helps to drive the prices down significantly as compared with originator price for originator product, so that people in need of treatments can get access to them. And the graph is just an example which shows that once a generic medicine enters a given market, the price goes down by almost 80%. And the next question is how countries get access to generic treatments. There has been a key mechanism in place that operates on public health-oriented terms and conditions, which is Medicines Patent Pool. Medicines Patent Pool, or MPP, is a UN-backed public health organization endorsed by the World Health Organization and UN General Assembly to improve and accelerate access to affordable quality medicines for treating HIV, viral hepatitis, and TB in low and middle income countries. We are created and fully funded by UNITAID and now also by the Swiss government to improve access to essential medicines through voluntary licensing. Initially, we worked only in HIV, and in 2016 we expanded the mandate to hepatitis C. And as requested by the WHO member states and many other stakeholders, we expanded our mandate to start working in other disease areas, including COVID-19. This slide might look complicated, but the Medicines Patent Pool model is quite simple. MPP is in the middle of this blue circle, dark blue circle. First, together with the World Health Organization, governments and civil society and community groups, we identify treatment needs and prioritize medicines for licensing. Then we approach patent holders to negotiate voluntary license agreements for needed medicines. And next step, we sub-license generic companies to enable them to manufacture and supply quality assured treatments to low and middle income countries. And that is basically how generic WHO pre-qualified medicines become available for people in need. The results of our work have proved to be impactful. We work with 10 patent holders and 23 generic manufacturers. Our generic partners supplied medicines to 148 countries, which is around 80% of all countries in the world, and the global health community managed to save almost $2 billion through our licenses. Almost 20 million of doses of treatments have been supplied to low and middle income countries. Today, all the patented WHO recommended first and second line treatments for HIV are covered by MPP licenses. Here comes an update on products recommended by WHO for the first line treatment for HIV. And the products are mentioned in the left column, as you can see, And in the right column, you can see countries that can and have been procuring the mentioned generic products in the region. I'd like to draw your attention to the following. All countries, and not only in Eastern Europe and Central Asia, but worldwide, can now procure generic TDF, TDF3TC, and TLE due to patent expiration. In addition to the mentioned countries, Azerbaijan can now procure products for PrEP, such as TDF-FTC and TDF-FTC efavirenz, and the new products such as TAF and bictegravir. In terms of dolutegravir and TLD, last year a new license has been concluded by VIV and MPP for upper middle income countries, such as Azerbaijan, Belarus, and Kazakhstan and Malaysia. Registration processes have started in countries. Azerbaijan and Belarus already procured dolutegravir and TLD for 2021, which is, I guess, good news as well. In fact, this table shows the transition to dolutegravir and TLD is now happening in the European region, in particular in Central, Eastern Europe and Central Asia. In the left column, you can see names of countries which have been procuring dolutegravir and TLD started from 2017 until now. And you can see that in total, the countries have procured more than 3.5 million packs of generic dolutegravir and TLD. And please note that the table does not yet include procurements in Azerbaijan and Belarus, because the table includes only the data up to June 2021. Let's have a look now at the products recommended by the World Health Organization as the second-line treatment for HIV. Generic atazanavir should now be available worldwide, and not only in this region but for any country in the world due to patent expiration. Regarding lopinavir-ritonavir, initially our license covered countries in the African continent only, and now generic lopinavir-ritonavir and ritonavir standalone as well can be procured by any country in the world, since AbbVie waived any restrictions on the MPP licensees that would prevent them from supplying to any country in the world. And a bit of good news related to pediatric formulations. In addition to the countries mentioned in the table, such as Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Kyrgyz Republic, Moldova, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, now also Belarus and Kazakhstan should be able to procure dolutegravir pediatric in the form of 10 mg dispersible tablets from Mylan and McLeod's. Any country in the world should be able now to procure pediatric lopinavir-ritonavir. Pellets from Cipla and granules from Mylan are already in the market. Armenia, Georgia, Kyrgyz Republic, Moldova, Tajikistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan should have access to raltegravir pediatric as well. In terms of viral hepatitis C, we have licenses for some key WHO-recommended products for treating viral hepatitis C, such as daclatazvir and glecaprevir pibrentasvir, known as GP. And here is a brief update on daclatazvir so far. Initially, MPP license agreement with BMS allowed 112 countries to procure generic WHO pre-qualified daclatazvir. 34 countries started procuring daclatazvir and Daxov combination. In the region, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan were included in the license initially. In March 2020, BMS announced that marketing authorization for daclatazvir will be withdrawn, which is equivalent to license territory expansion, which also technically means that 22 more countries from all over the world, including the countries mentioned in this slide from the European region, can now procure generic WHO pre-qualified daclatazvir. Glecaprevir pibrentasvir, or GP pangenotypic DA, is another option recommended by the World Health Organization for treating viral hepatitis C. For the time being, only 2 countries from the region, such as Georgia and Turkmenistan, should be able to procure generic GP as soon as it is in the market. However, we started getting requests from governments and civil society and community groups asking to include more countries into the license agreement so that it becomes possible for them to procure WHO pre-qualified generic GP. So we started looking into the possibility to expand the license to include more countries. To sum it up, in order to ensure access of low and middle income countries to essential generic treatments recommended by the World Health Organization, Medicines Patent Pool continues working in the 3 disease areas such as HIV, viral hepatitis, and TB. And as requested by the World Health Organization, member states, and many other stakeholders, including civil society and communities, we expanded our mandate to start working in other disease areas, including also non-communicable diseases and COVID-19, so that countries get access to more affordable and quality-assured versions of those medicines. Long-acting treatments is our next frontier. A few weeks ago, we signed a license agreement with the University of Liverpool, Tandem Nano, for long-acting nanosystem platform technology. This is a promising technology that could be applied in three diseases highly prevalent in low and middle income countries, namely viral hepatitis C, TB, and malaria. When successfully developed, the medicines will be delivered through a single injection to achieve the desired effect over prolonged periods. Well, this is all from my side for now. Thank you very much for your attention, and thanks to our donors. Please do not hesitate to contact me anytime in case you have questions or need any specific information related to your country. Thank you very much.